Two people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? See if we get some more in here. You have the possibility of recovering your account. Hey, that'd be great. Kind of gone. Hopefully you get it back. Good luck with that. How are you doing this afternoon or evening? 5 people, 3 likes. Double tap the screen, guys. Hit the like. Hey, Paul, how you doing, brother? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Coffee. What's new, everybody? Hey, Batman, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping by, my friend. How's things? This afternoon I'll go and pick up my next Visa extension. Supply what? Gotcha. Typo. What's new there? How's your Tuesday going? Man, it's already the 4th of December here. It means only 3 more weeks until Christmas. Cold as poop there. Oof. That's no good. 45 today. Happy birthday, Bruce. Saris Victoria, how you doing? Renato from Brazil. Yendrish. This stream is about the Philippines, moving to the Philippines, living in the Philippines. If people have questions or topics. I was also in the Navy for 13 years. Hey, Gary's Kitchen, good morning, how you doing? So we can talk about all sorts of stuff in here. Gray. I think you meant to type Gary. How's your Wednesday morning going, Gary? Oh, man. Doing better, still improving. Just today and tomorrow left on the antibiotics. She's got a few more days because she started Saturday. I still have a cough, but it's not as bad. I think the congestion's clearing up a bit, so I didn't wake up and have to hack up as much gunk this morning, so definitely continuing to improve. Where can you find a good woman these days, Mr. Coolio? Philippines, my friend. Not much to go for in the West, and the laws on divorce and things are not good in the U.S. So if you want to find a good woman, find a good Filipina. There's nothing like them once you find them. Hey, Boohoo, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for stopping by. 14 people, 7 likes. Double tap the screen, guys. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Consider joining the channel as a member. Get a star by your name. Changes color the longer you support. We'll eventually be doing members-only live streams, live chats, have members-only videos. English, please. Andreas, English only. Sanjay, good morning. I don't know how to say your name. 2 of you. Hello from Russia. Hello, hello. Hello from the Philippines. It is nice that the cough is less today. Hopefully in a couple weeks it'll be gone, but for me, once I get something in my chest and I get a cough, it tends to stick around for anywhere from a few weeks to a month and a half or so. But doing what I can to get over it and get back healthy so we can start doing more stuff, going back out again more. We've just been trying to rest up and get well. Tree is beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Sanjay is Indian. Yes, I gathered that. Thanks for coming in from India. How is it, whatever day, time it is for you? Here it's Wednesday morning. This afternoon I'll go get my visa extension. Applied for that on Monday. Got my ACR card, which is Alien Certificate of Registration. So I've actually got a Philippines identification card now, which is awesome. Trying to get a bank account here pretty soon. Just opens up some additional capabilities. Then I got to figure out, you have to make sure that if you have a foreign bank account, you report it to the IRS or they can fine you 10,000 US dollars. So that's something to be aware of for anybody that comes out here. Ahmed, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. The Christmas tree's lame. No, it's a nice, simple, cheap Christmas tree. Gives us Christmas spirit. But it was only 500 pesos with all the decorations and everything, so that's only about $10 US. Oregano, put it in hot water and breathe in the steam. I will definitely give that a shot. Appreciate it, boo. Ahmed's from Lebanon. Dollars luck. Not sure what you're saying there, Kumar. What's new with you, boohoo? Definitely on the mend, feeling better. Just getting things going. I sound American? Congratulations, I am American. Please, dollars luck. I'm not giving you money. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, my friend. Don't come into somebody's stream and start begging for money. I am Christian, but we don't get into politics, geopolitics, religion on here, so that's as far as that discussion needs to go. Don Monroe, KuyaStorm, sickness finally clear. Have a good friend. His Filipino wife arrived PAI 10 days ago. Live in the island of Cebu next to Rumblin Island. Nice. Put the snowplow on the ATV, getting ready for winter. Gotcha, gotcha. P&A Joy Vlog, how you doing? Good morning. Let's see what we got here. Held for review. Your band. Watching from Cebu, thank you. I'm here over here in Dumaguete, Negros Oriental. Show you dollars. How about no? How about stop talking about money in my chat? That would be great. Yep, not far from Cebu. We went to Boal, Cebu about a month ago for a day trip when we had a scheduled blackout here. That was a nice, fun trip. We walked up Kawasan Falls. I'd like to go back there at some point and do the whole canyoneering trip. That looks like a really good time. But the day we went up, we just walked up and checked it out, and then we rode up to Boal, had lunch, and then headed back to Roro Ferry and came back. And it was supposed to be a 12-hour blackout, but it was only about 11 and a half hours. The thing of getting Starlink, tell you how much, pay for Starlink package, how much monthly payment is. I'd have to double check on the price. I know on Shopee the Gen 3 kits were 33,000 pesos. then you have to probably get either a pipe adapter mount or some type of roof mount, so that's an additional fee. And depending how long you have to run the cable, it comes with a 75-foot cable. If you need longer, you can order a 150-foot cable. That's what we did. So I'm guessing it was probably about 40,000 pesos total. It was about, the original installation was going to be 1,500, but he was only available on some of the weekends, so I paid him a bit extra, an extra 500 pesos. So I gave him 2,000 pesos for the install. That's still only about 40 bucks in the US. That would probably be anywhere from $100 to $300 for the amount of work that he did for the installation. And then the monthly fee is 2,700 pesos, which is more than fiber. But if you get PLDT, they want a 3-year contract. If you get Converge fiber, they want a 2-year contract. Starlink, you do have the upfront equipment cost, but there's no contract. If you need to terminate it for some reason, you can do that at any time with no penalties or anything. The download speed is very good. I'm getting 300 meg plus download. My upload is between 19 and 30 megs. I think my latency is running between about 27 to 48 milliseconds. I think it's usually about in the 30s. So pretty quick. For some people, they may not think that's very fast, but I lived in the country in the U.S. and there was no fiber, no cable on my road, so my only option was DSL. And the problem with the DSL, we were so far out. They had me provisioned for up to 3 meg down, 3, and I was lucky if I saw a 1 meg down burst. My upload was about 756K, so it was pretty slow. So consider about 1 meg versus 300 plus, so this is much faster. Hey Matets, how you doing? Good morning. Boohoo, getting 10 inches starting at 3 a.m. Wow. Yeah, Kawasan was very pretty. We want to go back. Yeah, it's far from Cebu City. It wasn't terribly far from the ferry. Filipina, good morning. This is my beautiful young lady. How's it going, Matets? How you doing, Dave Trains? How's things? Austin Wynn, good morning, brother. Doing well. Just 7 in the morning here, Wednesday morning. I go this afternoon and pick up my visa extension, got my ACRI card. On Monday, that stands for Alien Certificate of Registration Identification. Big Give Vlogs 44, hello. Abigail Carpenter, you're doing wonderful, awesome. Thanks for coming in, guys. So yeah, the Starlink works very good. So the upload isn't as fast as fiber, but the download is much more consistent, and you're not trying to share the data pipe with a bunch of people. So the download is much more consistent than fiber. I mean, fiber theoretically it's very fast, and it can be, but you also can run into slow down during peak times. Because it's got to go back through the switching equipment to go out to the internet. So Starlink is actually much faster in a lot of ways, not necessarily for the upload speed, but the download is much faster, more consistent. We can stream 4K HDR with no buffering on things like Netflix and Amazon Prime Video. So very pleased with it. And 2,700 pesos a month is not bad for me. That's about 50 US. In the US, I was paying 120 for Starlink service. I had it for about 3 years. So $50 versus 120 is a much better price. And in the US, because there's so many users, it's capped at 100 meg. Here, it's not capped. They say up to 200 meg. Like I said, I'm seeing usually about 325 meg down. Yeah, you're welcome, Don Monroe. They fixed a lot of issues. Initially, there was a problem in the payment portal where you could order it with a U.S. credit card, but it wouldn't use a U.S. credit card for paying for the service. But that problem has been fixed. So I ordered it with my U.S. credit card. Once I had it set up and was connected, they charged me the card. So it's been a very smooth process. Just took a while to get the. You got to make sure you have a really good shipping address, and you can have that set up different for the shipping than the service address. So I mean, even if it's the same address for the shipping, you can go in and add additional information like landmarks, add your phone number. Some shipping, sometimes they don't put the phone number even if you have it in one of the blocks. So if you include your Philippines phone number in part of the address, then the delivery services can call you up and get more granularity on your location, so it's easier to deliver and you don't run into slowdowns with that. Matet says hello, Chi.
Morning, just Matet.
Let me get Chi's coffee going real quick, guys. Successfully downloaded the video finally. It finally showed up in my gallery, so we'll upload that later. Tunes Bro says, hello, sir. What is good? What is bad? What is up? What is down? What's good? Philippines is fantastic. What's bad? Still getting over this congestion, but that's also good because we're actually improving and getting over it. So, still have some congestion and cough, but it's not as bad as it was. It's getting better. Let's see. I think I covered all the Starlink info. If you guys have more information, I answered some questions for Chi, and she either, have you uploaded that yet? She's uploading that video now, so she'll have a video that breaks down the information that I know about Starlink for the Philippines, so you guys can check that out. And I've been having trouble getting a video downloaded of Mabinay Caves. I got that downloaded, so I'll be uploading that later today or tomorrow morning. So you guys keep an eye out for the video of our cave adventures. They were just basic beginners type caves. I'd like to go back someday and do some of the, not necessarily super advanced, but some of the more difficult caves. It was a lot of fun to go. I did spelunking in summer camp back when I was, 12 or 14. So I have been in caves before and it was basically a week-long class on things to do, cave safety, stuff like that. So I do have a little bit of some old experience now, but I do have some experience with spelunking, which is caving. Let's see here. Got to answer Chip real quick. Let's see. Like 14 done. Thanks, Pinay, Joy, and Vlog. Appreciate it. The what?
We good.
Okay. She's gonna run to the bakery, grab some pandesal and maybe some benuncle. Yummy, yummy. Gotta get some food in my system. Well, we both do, so we can take our antibiotics. Let's see. 10 viewers, 14 likes. Appreciate the help, guys. Appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate the support, hanging out with us. Double tap the screen if you haven't to do the like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Ally Best. Hello, Ally. I don't know if I'm saying that correct. Sorry if I'm not. Consider joining the channel as a member, guys. Any support is appreciated. The more support we get, the more we can do for the channel. It's been a little slow because we got sick, but getting well. Got the since I got fully monetized last month, I'll be uploading more videos. I'll be making some of those members only, so there'll be more value coming to the membership. But right now you do get priority response to any comments. You get a star next to your name, and the longer you're a member of the channel, the star changes colors and shows that you've been a longer time supporter of the channel. Appreciate it. If you can do it, great. If you can't, no big deal. Appreciate everybody stopping by and hanging out with us. All right, cheese coffee is done. We have, I don't know, about a week left, a little less than a week until we pay our rent, because we moved in on the 9th. So we'll pay our rent and electric at that time. We did look at it a couple days ago, and the new aircon, the mini split inverter aircon, is making a huge difference. Last month our electric was just a little under 11,000 pesos, and when we looked at it a few days ago, it was I don't remember, it was like 6,500, 6,700 pesos. So that's a significant drop. It'll probably go down again next month, because this last week that we've been sick, we've been running this aircon more. Usually when we're well, we'll have this off almost all day, and we turn it off overnight. So we'll turn this off during the day and have the doors and windows open and have a nice breeze coming through. So a lot of times we can shut this one down also, but since we've been sick, I wanted to keep the humidity down and keep it cooler, because last week we were just feeling like hammered dog poop, and we had fever, body aches, fatigue, so wanted to keep it a bit more comfortable. Hey Mark, how you doing, brother? She's here. She just ran to the bakery on the corner, so she'll be back here in a few minutes, but she is up. Do we have chilled air conditioner? Yeah, man, right there. That's what they call a mini split. And the reason it's called a mini split is that you have part of it inside, and then there's a hole in the wall, and some cables and hoses go through there, and then outside there's an externally mounted condenser unit. So it's a split unit because there's two pieces, so that's why they call it a mini split. But they're much more efficient than the wall mounted units. Even though the wall mounted are more or cheaper, they are very, very energy inefficient. That's what's in the bedrooms. We shut the one off in the guest room, is basically off all the time now. The one in the master bedroom is usually off during the day. We usually just turn it on in the late evening when we're getting ready to go to bed and run it overnight. But this one has made a huge, huge difference in our energy consumption. And like I said, next month it should go down because we'll be able to run it less since we're getting well. So just needed it cooler to be more comfortable when we were ill. But we're definitely on the mend, feeling better. Congestion's reducing, cough is getting better. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Albert Einstein, we're not really discussing religion in here, and that's partly feeds into what you said. You talk about religion, people argue. We don't need argument. We don't need to have any kind of drama or division. So I avoid politics, geopolitics for the most part, and religion in my chat. It's just not needed. I'm here in the Philippines for a nice, low stress, happy life, lower cost of living, great food, beautiful places, my beautiful Filipina. And I'm really not interested in talking about those topics. And those can be very divisive, cause issues in the chat. And I'm also held responsible for things I say, things other people say in the chat, so I have to moderate it. And Men's Daily, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I appreciate you coming in. Am I born Filipino? No, I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm an American, but I've been in the Philippines over 4 months now. Sunday was 4 months already. I can't believe how fast it's going by. So no, I'm not Filipino. In my heart, I may feel kind of Filipino. I'm learning the language. I love the food. I love the place. I love the country. I'm very blessed to be a guest here and be living an amazing life. And I'm definitely doing much better than I was back in the U.S. But I'll always be a proud U.S. citizen. I've just chosen to live here for, like I said, one of the big things is lower cost of living. I mean, people in the U.S. see the inflation, everything's more expensive. I don't have to work ridiculous amounts of hours. I worked at least 40 hours. That was the full-time job, but a lot of times I had overtime and weekend work, so it was anywhere from about 40 to 80 hours a week in a really high-stress job, and I was pretty burned out on that, so I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore. It paid well, but I mean, it was definitely not easy, very high stress. And stress, can give you a heart attack, give you a stroke. So I'm eating much healthier out here. Even though I'm sick right now, I'm definitely healthier than I was in the U.S. I have really bad gut issues when I was in the U.S. Since I moved out here, knock on wood, I haven't had any flare-ups. So that shows me that between eating better food and having lower stress, I'm definitely healthier overall. A lot of people say I'm looking younger than I did in the past. So that kind of answers why I left the U.S. But like I said, I'll always be a proud American. And I was in the Navy active duty for 13 years, honorably discharged. Then I was a Navy civilian in a Navy shipyard for 16 and a half years. So I gave, between active duty and Navy civilian, I gave 29 and a half years, my whole adult life until I moved out here. So I definitely gave plenty of service to my country. And now it's time for me to just live a nice, happy life. And everything's going really well out here. So happy to be here, blessed to be out here. I'm lucky to be a guest here in this beautiful country of the Philippines. And looking to stay here as long as I can keep getting my visa extended. And then when I turn 50 in March, I'll apply for a SRRV, Special Requirement Retirement Visa. And then once that's done and approved, then I'll just have to renew it once a year instead of going in every 29 to 60 days and extending it on a tourist visa. Thanks, Tai-Bai, I appreciate it. So, like I said, while I'm sick now, overall, I'm doing much better mentally, emotionally, and much better health-wise. Unless a restaurant, which I doubt, has microwaved something. I've had 0 microwaved food since I left the US. And between not having a microwave, between not having very much highly processed foods And even the processed foods are out here are healthier than in the U.S. So most everything we have is fresh fruit, vegetables, fresh chicken and fish, sometimes pork, but mostly chicken and fish. Most of it's home cooked, and she is a very, very good cook. Hey, KuyaStorm, how you doing, brother? Do I miss my family? I miss my kids. Now, I want to be clear, my kids are not children. My kids are adults. My son is 27 and a half. He's been in the Navy 4.5 years. Doing well, brother. How are you doing? My daughter's 24, so I didn't leave behind any young kids. They're all over 18. But I do miss them. But I mean, I was in the Seattle area. My daughter lives in Alaska. My son's in Hawaii. I miss my parents, but they were down in Southern Oregon and working crazy hours. It was very hard to get away from the shipyard. So even though I only lived 8 hours away, I'd make plans to go down to see them, and then a ship would break and come in and need repairs and extra work unexpectedly. And over and over and over, I would have to cancel and try and reschedule plans to go see family and stuff. And inevitably, the next trip would also get pushed, and it would get pushed. So even though I wasn't as far away, I wasn't seeing them that much anyway. So I'm further away, it's harder and more expensive to see them, but I mean, I think people understand, most people don't travel much. So you go to where your job is and you live there in your small little bubble of your area, and you don't really usually get to go much because you're grinding on the hamster wheel, working, living, and it's hard to go do stuff. So while I miss them, it's not, I would miss them if I was in Washington State. So here I can live, I'm not busting my butt 40 to 80 hours a week, and I can just enjoy a nice, calm, quiet life. We have a good time going out, seeing different sites, going for rides on the motorcycle, the Kuyabusa, which is a 160cc Honda ADV motorcycle. Everybody in the U.S. calls all the motorcycles over here scooters, but there's definitely a big difference between a scooter and a motorcycle. Even if it's a smaller motorcycle, it's still a motorcycle. Now I even have a lover. Wow, yep. Met her in her live stream much earlier this year, and we got together in June, and then it was only June, July, August, so about 2 months, month and a half until I got out here and we were together. So it was LDR, but only for about a month and a half. So got out here as quick as I could, and she already had a place set up that we had rented in July. I came out in August, so she already had our home set up for us and had been doing live streams, and we were doing obviously video calls and stuff. So when I walked into our apartment, it didn't feel like a strange place. It felt like I was walking into my home when I first got here, so that was really nice. And we've been together 24/7 every day for over 4 months now, and we're doing amazing together. So really enjoying being with her and being out here. We've been lots of places, done lots of stuff already in just 4 months. It's actually really amazing how much we've already done, and lots to do. No big rush. I mean, we're here living, so it's not like being a tourist on a trip where you have to go constantly. So not every day is has big plans or big adventures, but we just enjoy being together, and we go out here and there. It's not a huge budget. I got just a little under 2,000 a month US, but out here that goes a long way. So we got a nice 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Here they call them comfort rooms or CRs. So if you need to use the bathroom out here, if you go somewhere, you just ask for the CR. And 2-bedroom, 2 CR, air conditioning, a nice pool we can use. Wi-Fi and cable are included. with the water fee, which is like 600 pesos a month, which is about $11. The Wi-Fi wasn't great, so that's why we got the Starlink. The water we use, obviously, if we do a little bit of laundry, usually we go to an actual laundry and let them do it because it's cheap to have them do the laundry for us. But we'll do a few small things here, obviously showers and cooking, but all of our drinking water and stuff, we get big 5-gallon jugs of water, and those are only 30 pesos a piece, so we usually get 4 of those at a time. So can you imagine 30 pesos is about, I don't know, 60 cents, 65 cents for a 5-gallon jug of water. That's it'd be a few dollars in the US, so that's good. And our rent is only about 500 a month. Dash voucher program, check it out. I don't know what that is or if that applies to the Philippines. Never heard of that. So I think maybe you're talking about some kind of rent reduction in the US. I don't think that's something that applies out here, but this place we have in the US would probably be $2,500 a month or more, and we're only paying about $500 a month. So much, much cheaper. We've got our grocery bills dialed in. It's only probably about $200 a month, 180 to 200. That's separate from if we go out to a restaurant, which we do on occasion, not all the time. Is for veterans, but is that for veterans anywhere or just veterans in the US? I'm guessing that probably is just in the US and has some restrictions. I know a lot of veterans that are out here or have been out here or come out often, and that's the first time I've heard of that. So sounds like a good program, but I'm guessing it's probably just for the US, which doesn't really do me any good here. But housing out here is much cheaper. We'll be in this place probably another year, and then we may extend here, or we may try and find a different place. But we got a beautiful place. It's only about 500 a month, so I'm very pleased with it. 12 viewers, 18 likes, 38 minutes in. Appreciate everybody coming by. Double tap the screen, subscribe if you're new. Consider supporting the channel with a membership. Appreciate anybody that does that, but even just coming by and hanging out with us and chatting with us is appreciated as well. So it's just nice to hang out with the community and enjoy seeing how people are doing, answering questions and stuff. If the information that I've learned and continue to learn can help other people come out on trips or to move here, and if I can help them answer those questions and help them be successful out here, then it's well worth it to do these live streams. Mara del Domingo, good morning. How you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. It's a lot of people will do things like going to Disneyland or going to Disney World, and they'll spend 5 or 10 grand doing that. Come to the Philippines instead. You'll have way bigger, better memories than getting soaked for massive amounts of money everywhere you go within Disneyland or Disney World, places like that. They hit you for every little thing. Food's expensive, knickknacks, shirts, all that's expensive. It's just it's much calmer out here, much more peaceful, very positive vibes. The people are very happy and welcoming and friendly. It's a much different vibe than the US. US, if you try and walk down the street and say hi to somebody and smile at them, they're probably going to glare at you and not respond at all and look at you like maybe you're going to attack them or something. So they're kind of ready in fight or flight mode. So definitely a big improvement being out here. And I said over 4 months now, and I'm loving it. So definitely a good decision to come out here and enjoy life. some breakfast. Ooh, we got fried egg sandwiches for breakfast. Yummy. Hey, Wandera, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for stopping by. How's things going in Australia? What's new in the land down under? Nice to see Mark and Wandera in here. They're both from Australia. KuyaStorm's in the US. I'm guessing Paul's in the US. I'm not positive. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement's in the US. Austin Wynn, Dave Trains. Appreciate everybody stopping by, hanging out. I know everybody has a limited amount of time in their day. You can only watch so many live streams, only so many videos with everything you got to do. So anybody that takes time out of their busy schedules and lives and comes and hangs out with us, it's greatly appreciated. Hey RJ, good morning, my friend. How are you? Shekel, good morning. How you doing, bud? We're getting well. It's taken a while, but we're feeling better. Today and tomorrow, my last days on the antibiotics. She'll finish hers up on Saturday. Yeah, well, I'll do research. That's the second time you told me to check into it, but I asked you some questions. Good, Shekel, awesome. Thanks, RJ, I appreciate it. How long will $200,000 US last you here? That really depends on the lifestyle you want to live, where you want to live. Some people want to live it up in BGC and eat expensive food every day, go drinking all the time, and you can blow through that money in a short amount of time. Or you can live somewhere quite a bit cheaper like we do and live on a budget. Doesn't mean you're living badly or low. It just means you need to be smart with your money so you can make that last a long time. Like Savage Wandera says, though, depending how you live or if you get with the wrong Filipina, that money can go quick. So it really depends on you and where you live, if you're smart with your money, if you know how to say no, if there's constant emergencies. Ravi, your band. $200,000 could last you a number of years, or it could last you months. It really depends on the individual. So it's really up to you how you live and what you're gonna do. You probably need $6,000 to $10,000 for startup costs. Even if you get a furnished place, there's still going to be different things that you want to have, not necessarily that you need, but that you want. If you're probably going to want to get a motorcycle. That's probably going to run you about $3,000 of your startup fees or startup costs. So even if you have a furnished place, you're going to need. If you cook at home, you're going to need spices, you're going to need herbs, you're going to need ingredients. So you've got to build up your initial stocks. Thanks for the 10, RJ. Feel better, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Every little bit is appreciated, guys. Even $10 makes a huge difference out here for us. So anything is appreciated. Consider joining the membership, RJ. I'd appreciate that as well. But not required. Just appreciate you stopping by. Anything above and beyond stopping by is appreciated, but not required. If anybody has questions or topics they want to talk about that are real questions and topics, let me know. Yeah, but probably 6 to 10, probably closer to 10 for startup costs. Get some extra items, get all your perishables stocked up, get a motorcycle. There's just a lot of little things. So if somebody comes out with a small amount of money or just comes out on a budget and doesn't have some money set aside for startup, they may have some issues. We get a PCA test done for your bug. No, we weren't able to get into a doctor. We did try, but the places we tried were not one place didn't exist anymore. Two more were busy, and another one, even though she had a number and it looked like she had a practice, only worked out of the hospital. I don't have health insurance yet. I do know I need to get that. So I'll be looking at getting Pacific Cross, which is like Blue Cross Blue Shield out here. You get around with an e-bike, yeah, but I don't know how well that would serve you out here, and you're going to be limited on your range, and then you're paying to charge that. So a scooter or a motorcycle is going to do much more for you. Let's see. How long does a Filipina take to calm down, reflect, and move on past an issue? That depends on the individual, just like women anywhere. So she's 32, so she's more mature. She's much more reasonable. If we have an issue, we talk about it. Maybe she'll need a little bit of time to chew through whatever's on her mind before we talk, but she doesn't do tampo. She doesn't pull the tampo for hours or days on end. I wouldn't stand for that anyway, but you just gotta find one that she's either more mature, or you can quickly teach her to not do tampo and to talk to you if there's issues and stuff. Yeah, about 5 minutes. You tell her to go home if she's tampo. Yeah, if you let her do that, tampo is kind of like sulking, throwing a fit, silent treatment. If you let them act like a 12-year-old, then that's on you. I just answered. Tampo is like silent treatment. She may be upset at you for unknown reasons. You got to get them to talk to you about it. It could be she had a dream overnight and you did something in the dream that wasn't real, and now she's mad at you because of something you didn't actually do. Or you could have done something small and not even realized it. So you just gotta, like any relationship, you've got to have communication and work through stuff. So the culture here is to avoid conflict and stuff, so they'll kind of bottle it up and be upset for a while. So you just gotta work with them and get through that stuff. And if they don't have good communication skills, then build them quickly and don't stand for silliness. I'm not going to have somebody hiding in the bathroom or the bedroom for hours or ignoring me for days. That's not going to happen. So if you got one that's pulling that stuff, tell them, okay, well, you can go home to the province or something until you get your head straight. They'll probably fix themselves pretty quickly. Be nice to your neighbor. Well, we're not really talking about your neighbor. We're talking about your Filipina girlfriend or wife. Thank you, sweetie. Got spam and egg breakfast sandwiches. Yum. It's really not a double-edged sword. I'm not having issues with tampo, so you gotta set down boundaries and rules and stick to them, and you gotta be a man and be a leader and be in charge. Weather over here is great. It's right now we're kind of in rainy season, but here it'll rain, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, and then it usually stops. It may rain a few times, might be cloudy for a while, but I lived in the Seattle area, so it was gloomy and cloudy and rainy a good portion of the year. So here, even if it's cloudy and rainy, it's still hot. So I like the weather out here. 101% official. Do I know Avenged Sevenfold? Yeah, they're a great band. I like them. You're going on 36 hours of silence. Already tried to communicate. Almost ready to walk. Well, you got to be patient, but also If it continues too long, then that seems like a standard Tampo time frame, but you've got to make it known that you're not going to stand for that. So she either needs to figure it out and talk to you, or yeah, move on. Haven't really been to Texas, so I can't speak on the weather there, but here it's usually in the 80s plus. Even at night, it's probably 77 degrees outside most of the time. I like when it's kind of cloudy, because that kind of blocks out the sun, so it keeps the temperature down. But then you can also run into higher humidity, so kind of a double-edged sword there if it's rainy. Could be cooler, but could be more humid. You have not taken your advice. I'm sorry, Paul, do you live in my apartment? Do you watch me every day? Do you see if I'm gargling with salt water? Or how do you know whether or not I'm taking your advice? I appreciate the advice. You're not here, so don't tell me I'm not taking your advice. You don't live with me 24/7. You have no idea what I do when I'm off the camera. Thanks, RJ. We're doing better. This is the second time, at least, that you tell me I don't get it, or I'm not taking your advice. I didn't know you live in my apartment with me and watch me when I'm away from the live stream, which is most of my life and most of my day. So how about not assuming that you have any idea what I do when I'm off YouTube? Ekram Demirsi. Good publication, and I'm married, have a lot of debt. Can you help me even? No. Come back after I get done eating? No. We utilize our time wisely, which means we do our live streams around when we have downtime, which often is when we're eating. So I like to let you guys see the kind of food I'm eating out here, that I'm eating well, I'm eating healthy. If you don't want to see me while I'm eating, then just come back to the live stream when I'm done. How about that? But Ekram, don't come into my chat asking for money. I don't know you. I like you most of the time, Paul, but you get rather pushy with your advice. And it's like if I don't instantly do what you're saying, then I'm discounting your advice. Advice is a recommendation. It can be acted upon or not. You're not here all the time. You don't know what I do with my time. You have no idea whether or not I'm gargling with hot water and salt, warm water, whatever. So don't get pushed in my chat. You don't want to watch me eat? Don't watch the stream. It's pretty simple. Yeah, positive vibes, guys. Let's have a good time in here and talk about stuff and get information for people. Hey, Herbie, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for stopping by as always. About 7:48, been live 55 minutes. Drinking coffee, eating breakfast, answering questions, telling people what's up. Do I know about Weekend Artist? There are thousands and thousands and thousands of channels and accounts on YouTube, so no, I'm not going to know about every channel that's out there. No idea what you're talking about. Just because somebody doesn't necessarily act on or visibly act on advice is a recommendation. It can be appreciated and taken on board. It doesn't mean it's going to be acted on, or it doesn't mean it's going to be acted on in front of you during a live stream. Just come in and enjoy the chat with everybody. Don't get pushy. Don't continually repeat advice.
Big boss. Hi.
Yeah, we both have Death Wish mugs. Mine's red, hers is black. You can see on my other device, my camera is mirrored again. Yeah, man, those are, you can get them on the Death Wish website with the logos, or you can just look up Clean Canteen. Kleen. They sell the branded ones on deathwish.com, or you can just look up Clean Canteen in other places, but they seem to get products that aren't always available other places. So I really like the insulated Clean Canteen Death Wish mugs. We got that at Hypermart, Herbie. We got the tree, the lights, and the decorations all at Hypermart. Altogether was about 500 pesos. It looks big, like it's over in the corner, but it's only about this tall.
So tall. So tall.
It's taller than she is. Not really. Joke line. Yeah, check the Death Wish site often. They are always coming out with different mugs and merch. They also have, and I had a collection of pottery limited edition mugs. I forgot to pack them up. Didn't really have room to bring them with me, and I'm guessing they probably all got thrown away. So I've been collecting limited edition Death Wish mugs for like 8 or 9 years, and they're all just gone now. Oops. Fat Wet Cat, you are banned. Don't come in and say rude stuff and be disrespectful. You can make comments about me, you can make comments about my hair, I don't care, but as soon as you come in and say something rude or disrespectful regarding my Filipina chi, you're gone. Hey, Tyler Greenwald, how's it going? EQC TV, hello. What hair? This little bit of hair. The trolls love to come in and give me a hard time about my hair. I already told them if they don't like it, once we get a 500 through via PayPal calling out shave your head, once I hit 500 USD via PayPal specifically calling out shaving my head, then we'll hit it with clippers on live stream, and then I'll shave it baby smooth with a Gillette razor. Hey, Sir Williams, how you doing, brother? Time here is 7:54 Wednesday morning. I know it's, let's see, it's about 4 p.m. West Coast U.S. time, so about 7 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. EQC TV, nice channel. I have connected to you, and I'll give you moderator so you connect. RJ, yes, I lived over in Bremerton area for basically since June of '95, except for 3 years in Hawaii on shore duty. Yep, I was up in on Kitsap Peninsula, Bremerton, Silverdale, Belfair area. Sound a little better cough-wise. Yep, congestion's reducing. Cough is slowly getting better. For me, it'll hang around probably much longer than it will Chi, because I have a long history of pneumonia and bronchitis. Once I get something in my chest, then that tickle makes me cough, and it can stick around for weeks or a month and a half, 2 months. Wandera has 10 days to go and you have rhinovirus. Oh no, get well, buddy. Lots of vitamin C, lots of zinc. Take like 6,000 milligrams of vitamin C over 6 hours, and then 1,000 milligrams a day until you're feeling better, and take some zinc. Hope you get feeling better soon. RJ couldn't handle the damn rain 9 months out of the year. Yeah. I lived there, like I said, since basically '95, so minus 3 years in Hawaii, it was about 26 and a half years. You're welcome, EQC. Client doctor hooked you up with amoxicillin. Yeah, that's what we're taking right now. So today and tomorrow I'll finish up my amoxicillin, and then she will finish hers up on Saturday. Yeah, definitely lots of fluids. Vitamin C, zinc, lots of fluids. The more fluids you have, the more, or the less thick the mucus is going to be, so you can clear it out faster and try and keep it out of your chest as best you can. This afternoon, they said 4 p.m. Last time they told me 4 p.m. and we were there about 3 p.m. and we were home by about 3:30, so we'll probably go down closer to 3 to try and pick up my visa extension of my passport. Because the earlier we can do it, the better, so that we can avoid being downtown Dumaguete when the traffic hits at about 4 or 5 p.m.
Rush hour.
Yeah, huge thanks to Wooter for getting me the amoxicillin. Started taking that, and the next morning I was already starting to feel better. Just the congestion and cough take a while to go away, but we're definitely feeling a lot better. Fever and body aches have been gone for days. Fatigue's reducing, getting a lot of my energy back. You were sent a video of that, faster to walk. Faster to have a motorcycle. I wouldn't want to be in traffic with a four-wheeled vehicle, that's for sure. Starlink's great, man. And I'm not new to Starlink. I was using Starlink in the US for 3 years. You are supposed to have a prescription. What I really wanted, like Z-Pak or Zithromax or ciprofloxacin, but you are supposed to have a prescription. Wooter was able to talk him into selling him amoxicillin because he told him how sick I was and couldn't get into a doctor and I needed to get well, so they relented and sold it to them even though they weren't supposed to. And then I went in Saturday morning and was able to sweet talk them into selling it to me too. They weren't very happy about it, and they stressed that next time we'd need a prescription, but I told them we had been trying to get in, couldn't see a doctor. I showed them I'm already on this. She lives with me. She's sick. She needs the same thing. So they kind of hemmed and hawed and then sold it to me. Hey, Austin, thanks for coming in. Not feeling well, but we're feeling better. So improving every day. Thank you. Agnes and Philaventure, how you doing? Hi there again. Just wanted to ask if I would find the same items in SNR compared to Costco in the USA. Planning not to buy everything here when I go to the Philippines. Yeah, I haven't been to SNR. I've seen videos on it. It's very similar to Costco, and actually Costco has like I think it's like a 30 or 40% stake in SNR. And SNR actually does have Kirkland brand products, which is the Costco store brand. So depending if you're in like BGC, you can go to a big SNR and it's basically Costco. It's not identical, but it's not expensive for a membership and definitely one of the good places to go. People recommend SNR and Landers. So check out, depending where you're at, look for Landers, look for SNR. Just like the 304s, Wandera, oh my gulai. Blah, send hello by Maya Khalifa, okay. I don't know who the hell it is, and I don't know why you would say for President of USA.
It's already done.
And we're not talking politics, so just stop. Blah. Or I will blah 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 you to the door.
Keep the quit.
Eva, good morning. How you doing? RJ, thanks for joining the membership, man. Appreciate it. Welcome to Tropical Storm. We got 3 tiers: Tropical Storm, Solar Storm, and Cosmic Storm.
I told you, sorry.
Oh, I know who it is, Wandera. I know who it is. Oh, I know you're trolling me, Blah. Oh, Wandera banned you. Bye-bye. Little things like the membership really go a long way helping out the channel, so I appreciate that, RJ. Thank you so much.
People coming in, they're introducing themselves that they are trolls.
Yeah. Hello, I'm a troll. Well, that's better than just saying something stupid and instantly getting banned. You had a few extra seconds of life. How's your Tuesday going there, RJ? Hi there, I'm Kuya Wandera. I'm also a troll. Who's Kuya Wandera, Savage? Gotcha. It's very cold there now. Yeah, Connecticut this time of year, I'm sure it's cold. Profitable, good day on the market, nice. So the crypto's going well for you today. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. Do they not have Banuncle?
Yeah.
A Filipino bakery didn't have Banuncle? What the heck? Delicious spam and egg breakfast sandwiches. Dude, like Jasper said, just throw a dart and win every effing time. Nice. 56% on the day. Nice, man. Wish I had some extra funds to invest in the crypto market, but alas, I don't. Have I had empanada yet? I don't know, have I?
Not yet.
Not yet. I will. If it's like empanadas, like Mexican or whatever, then I've had those in the past. So I probably had something similar, just not in the Philippines. $8:04 in the morning. Hour, 12 minutes in. We got 11 viewers, 31 likes. Double tap the screen, guys. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Consider joining the channel as a member like RJ just did. Appreciate the support, my friend. When I do, still want to share my strategy with you and Warren. Awesome, man. Yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. It's probably a ways off. Warren may be more able to do that sooner than I can, but I would like to do it at some point. It's like chicken stew in a fried curry puff style thing. Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've had empanadas back in the US. I just haven't had the Filipino ones. Don't buy cucumbers, some in the, well, that's in the US, and I think it's in a few things, some onions, some cucumbers. Seems like there's always some new issue with food in the US lately. There's been a whole lot of recalls, but there's also been a lot of strange food preparation, plant closures, small planes flying into food facilities, all sorts of stuff, starting back in like 2020. So some of it feels like not an accident. Agnes and Phil, thanks. AC behind you is not good. End up with same cough last year. Well, this is pretty brand new. It's only a few weeks old. And we only, until we were sick, we would only run it like in the afternoon and evening. So it's not running all the time. We do have aircon in the bedrooms, but we usually just run that at night. It gets pretty darn hot here because we're on the second floor. So on one hand, first floor would be better because you don't have the metal roof baking you, but the first floor also doesn't have a view and has walls on every side, so they don't get a breeze. We can open up the windows and the front door and the sliding door and have a nice breeze coming through most of the day. Like I'm cold from the fridge. Yeah, a lot of stuff's cold right out of the fridge. Sometimes food is better the next day. Cool part, you don't really need that much to start. I'll show you how to compound it. Awesome. Cooking canola oil is that bad now? I think canola is not a great one. You're better off to use coconut oil, avocado oil, stuff like that. Do some research on canola, but I think that's one of the ones that's not great. Well, I guess when they refurb the place, so they just remodeled it, right? We were the first tenants, and after they remodeled it, and I guess they did put some more heat insulation in, but still around noon in the afternoon it starts baking like an oven. So we definitely needed to get this aircon installed in here because this main room was hot. Even if we left the bedroom doors open in the afternoon to try and cool it down, it never really got properly comfortable. So, and it was driving up our electric bill like crazy. So this has reduced our electric bill dramatically. Before it was carrots and ground beef. Yep. Things are good with you and Princess. Just trying to get past some communication issues. Any relationship takes time, man. And maybe it's a cultural difference. She's not used to being open and communicating. You just have to kind of teach that to her. I'm sure it'll get better in time. Oh yeah, Filipinos do not understand sarcasm. I'm teaching Chi my other language, which is sarcasm. So
I'm learning.
she's starting to learn. She catches my play on words a lot. So definitely try and watch the sarcasm so it's not taken wrong. If you say something and realize they probably didn't get it, throw joke lang at the end. That's basically putting a qualifier on it that was a joke. So if you say something sarcastic, say joke lang. It's like 3 teaspoons per 10 dishes, not like main ingredient. Fuck them, my food's delicious. Oh, I'm sure your food's delicious. But if you can find another oil to use, like coconut oil or avocado oil or something, that'd probably be better. Yeah, I don't recommend going to bed upset if you can help it. With an LDR situation and time differences, that can be very difficult at times. So sometimes people need a few hours to calm down and communicate, but it is good to try and make it so that that doesn't go into when either of you are sleeping. Exactly. You haven't smelled her breath, don't send money. Yeah, and Wandera Princess has a college degree. She was a classmate of Bella Warren's girlfriend, so Princess is has a degree and is a hard worker, so I don't foresee her being a problem with pushing for money. She seems like a nice lady. Hey, Philip Massey, how you doing, brother? Thanks for stopping by again. Tyler, how you doing? We're doing better, man. Getting well. Just takes time. You've got to learn how to communicate with her. She's got to learn how to communicate with you. Just make sure she understands that if she wants the tampo, she should be with a Filipino. If she wants to be with you, then she needs to quickly think about what is bothering her and communicate with you about what those things are so that you can talk about them and correct them. Americans are used to direct communication. Filipinas are not. But that doesn't mean, while you need to understand the cultural differences, it doesn't mean you have to tolerate all of the cultural differences. So it's something to just work on and work through. You got your pilot license, told me 3 things. Aviate, navigate, communicate. Filipino is kind of like that. Communicate, penetrate, celebrate. Wandera, my gulay. Be understanding, but that doesn't mean tolerating silliness. You need to learn Filipino culture, but she also has to reciprocate and be interested and learn Western communication, at least. I'm not going to say Western culture. can also teach her our sarcasm and stuff. Just make sure you're qualifying it with joke lang so she understands right off the top. Sometimes I'll say something and she won't laugh, or she'll kind of look at me confused, and I'll throw joke lang and then she'll laugh, and then I'll explain it to her, and then she'll laugh some more because she'll actually understand it. But she's a lot of fun, and she's starting to get to jump back with sarcasm or do play on word stuff herself and surprise me. So I try and throw together new phrases out of different Tagalog words I've learned or Bisaya words. And she gets all smiley when I say something new in Tagalog or Bisaya. Giacomo, you're banned.
Wow.
Thanks for being stupid and getting banned immediately.
For vacations.
No worries, man. But if something did come up and she said something, just say, I was just trying to understand the culture and learn how to communicate with you better. So she would probably be appreciative of that, because you were just asking advice on how to better communicate with a Filipina. So that's good. I don't need to use that taboo. We have the little spray wand, the tanterizer. That's what Brent's tripping. He's our neighbor, but he's going back to the U.S. and he's not going to keep the place, so he won't be our neighbor much longer. But he was a good guy to talk to a little bit here and there. So we'll miss having him around. I'm not sure how long he's going back to the U.S. It may just be for the holidays to see family and stuff. I'm not sure.
Who?
Brent. Oh yeah, there's a lot of bleed over people in different live streams. Now I did use a taboo in the province.
Yeah. For the first time.
Yeah, bum gun, aka tanterizer, aka bidet. Did use taboo. She had tissue for me, but I used the taboo, which was an interesting experience.
To try.
You were asleep. I did it while you were sleeping. She woke up to check on me. I was like, yep, had to rest a bit, and I used the taboo. She's like, huh? Oh?
It's in the province.
You like my writing videos, more writing? I have a lot more writing footage. It's taking a while to go back and edit stuff. We have a lot of old footage to edit and upload. I will be doing more. So there will be more writing videos coming out. If I can get more support on YouTube, I would like to get a Starlink Mini that I can mount on my top box on the motorcycle. Because right now, if we go out and ride, we can't live stream. If we go to a beach, we can't live stream most places unless there's a place with Wi-Fi. Here, at least in Dumaguete, I know some places like up in Luzon have 5G. Here, they don't have 5G yet. So the data coverage is not great. And unless there's Wi-Fi, and then you basically need to be either pay them something to use the Wi-Fi or be a customer. But most places, like if we go to a public beach, there's not going to be any Wi-Fi, so we can't go to a beach. We can't go around on the motorcycle and live stream. But if I get the Starlink Mini, we can take that with us. It can be powered off USB-C, so I can power it off of like a cell phone power brick like this. With this, I could power the Starlink Mini for about 2.5 or 3 hours. But I can also get a cigarette lighter adapter and power it off the cigarette lighter in the motorcycle. So, but that's still about another $600 equipment purchase. I don't know how much the service is for it. I'm guessing about another 2,700 pesos. The nice thing is, if you're not using it, you can pause it. So if you get a Starlink Mini, which is a mobility plan, if you don't go anywhere for a while, you can pause it. So you buy a month, you go use it for a few days or a week, you can pause it and then turn it back on when you're going to use it again. So it's not like that payment for that service just goes away after a month. You can not use it for a while and turn it back on and continue to use what data you have left. But I would like to be able to go out and live stream while we're riding. Now, we wouldn't be talking in the stream, we wouldn't be chatting on the stream because I would be riding the motorcycle and she'd be hanging on. But you guys could watch us live going out. There'd probably be some cutouts, but I think that would be a lot of fun. Those would probably be members only live streams. But it's an extra expense, so unless there's a demand for it, people want to see it, and additional support to cover the extra expenses for doing that, it may or may not happen, or it may be pushed off a little bit, but definitely would have to have additional support from YouTube members to make something like that happen. And if we had made it happen, then we would do it often, and then we could go basically anywhere. And as long as we have visibility to the satellites, which is going to be in a lot of places, it should give us really good signal. It may cut out a little bit under trees, or if we're going around a corner and we lose visibility, but we can go up on a mountain, we can go out riding the motorcycle, we can go to random beaches, all sorts of places, and take the Starlink Mini with us and be able to live stream for you guys out and about. Wife installed bum gun in the family house. Think I'm gonna have to install a water pump. Water pressure didn't look strong. Yeah, you either need a pump or get a water tank mounted up on some kind of a raised platform. That's what most people do. Growing up, walked 5 minutes to get a bucket of water. That's cute. Grew up washing clothes with hands. Yep. I own a motorcycle now. Most of the you can get full-size motorcycles out here. Most of them are smaller wheel diameter. So a lot of people will, especially from the US, will try and say it's a scooter. Like everything out here is a scooter, or most everything. But most of the scooters are only like 120cc. Mine's a 160, and it's designed like a motorcycle. So it's a smaller motorcycle, but it is a motorcycle, not a motorcycle, not a scooter. I'll take you down and show it to you. I have seen maybe 5 Harleys out here. You really don't want a Harley out here. They're big, they're noisy, they use a lot more gas. The roads are not designed for Harleys. There's just, they're obnoxiously loud. There's no need for a Harley out here. Yeah, I don't know what's cutting out on me this morning. Usually it's not a problem. I don't know why the Wi-Fi is acting up today. Maybe I need to reboot. Hey, Philip. Hey, Pop, how you doing? Tank's on the second floor, but for me, that tank kind of ain't gonna be happy. Gotcha. Usually I can go to the motorcycles just fine, but the Wi-Fi is not playing today. I'll reboot the router later. So probably tomorrow or another day I can go show you the motorcycle again. But look up 2023 Honda ADV 160 and you can see what it looks like. How you doing, Filipina Lollipop? Thanks for coming by.
Just like
Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. I know you're live too. Definitely need to get back swimming again. Once we get probably wait a few more days at least. Finish letting my body rest up and recuperate, but I'm anxious to get back to swimming every day, getting that exercise going. Rest a bit. Yeah, let's see. It's 79 degrees. Feels like 79, and we are at 89% humidity. So it's usually pretty warm here. I've gotten used to the heat quite a bit. If it's super hot, it may feel hot, but I'm not pouring sweat like I was when I first moved out here. Coming here initially from Seattle area, where in Seattle, if it's 69, you feel like you want to wear shorts because that's pretty warm. Out here, I don't know if it's been down to even 70 degrees since I've been here, unless we're up in the mountains. Andrew Weary, hey, how you doing? How did the appointment at immigration office go? Well, I went into JRC, which is a consulting service, but I did have to go into they walked over with me into the BI, which is Bureau of Immigration Office, because I had to do my biometrics for my ACRI card, which is Alien Certificate of Registration Identification Card. That went fine. I've got my Philippines ID now. I go back this afternoon. They said 4 p.m. I'll probably go at 3 and see if we can get it early so that we're not stuck downtown at 4 or 5 p.m. when rush hour hits. But it went well. Looks like it'll be no problem, which I didn't really expect any issues at this point. And usually if they're going to start pushing questions and stuff, it's probably going to be at the 1 year point, but that's going to be August. And by then I should have my retirement visa in place. And once I get the retirement visa, then all I'll have to do is basically just go in and get a new ID card every year and pay a fee and go about my business. And it'll be like a once a year visit to JRC or immigration. So it'll be easy. Wearing 3 layers at the moment, insulated 511. Yep, I don't miss that. I had a lot of coats and things. I did mean to bring my raincoat and failed to bring that with me. I can buy stuff out here, but as it was, I paid an extra, I think it was $200 extra for another bag, and then it was overweight, so I think that extra suitcase was an extra $300, extra $100 for the other checked bag. Yeah, so there was a few $100s of extra baggage and weight fees, but as it was, even with a backpack, a carry-on, and 2 big trunk suitcases, I was still very limited on how much I could bring. But basically what I have here is just about all I own in the world. There's a few things in some boxes in the car my dad's going to pick up, but basically I liquidated virtually everything and just came out here, and here I am. Thanks, Andrew. We appreciate it. RJ, I'll be outside on Thursday night, going to Lions game forecast. Get snow, wind, hell of a night, go Lions. Oof. Bundle up, man. That's going to be pretty darn cold. Try and stay well, stay warm, be safe. Should be fun to go see the game, though. Back in Christmas Eve 2011, I think it was 2011, I went to the Christmas Eve Seattle Seahawks 49ers game in a CenturyLink Stadium. Now it's called Lumen Field or Lumen Stadium, I don't know, whichever, because CenturyLink renamed to Lumen. Unfortunately, the Seahawks lost, but it was still fun to go out I had face paint on and stuff, had my Seahawks jersey. It was a good time. So that's the only NFL game I've been to, but I have been to one NFL game, so that was cool. Bring your police gear, dude. Feel like going to war. About 70 pounds of gear. Vest alone is 25 pounds. Yeah, but better safe than shot, right? Stay bundled up, stay safe. And that extra gear should help insulate you as well. So extra weight, but extra insulation, extra warmth. Hopefully that flak jacket or bulletproof vest doesn't get cold and cool you down like a cold metal plate or something. Layering is key. Lots of layers. I'm sure you're well aware of that. We got 9 viewers, 34 likes. Appreciate you guys. Only an hour and 38 minutes in and already have 34 likes. Double tap the screen to hit the like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Consider joining the channel as a member. Oh, I gotta grab the link again. Paste that in. You can get a handy dandy star next to your name like RJ, and the longer you remember, the color of the star changes. And that shows long-term support for the channel. I appreciate anybody that does that. Not required, but it's definitely appreciated. And the more memberships we have, the more super chats and things like that, then the more we can expand and do extra stuff for the channel, like getting the Starlink mini and stuff like that. Andrew Weary, you like my living room, huge Seahawks logo, bunch of guitars on the wall. Nice, man. That sounds like a great place. Yeah, I've got, doesn't feel like it's that long ago, but I got a blue Seahawks jersey. I've got the bright green Seahawks jersey. I didn't really like the white. I wanted one of the Super Bowl ones that was almost like a silvery white, but I was never able to get that. Here for the long-term brother. Sorry I didn't join sooner. Hey, no worries, RJ, man. Like I said, it's appreciated, but it's not required. But also, like I said, the more support we get from memberships and super chats, the more I can afford to do extra things like getting the Starlink mini, cover the equipment cost, cover the fee for that. I love going out, and she and I both love going out and riding through the province, riding around, seeing new places. And if we have the Starlink mini, we can do that and actually do it live instead of just recording it and trying to edit it and upload it later. So I think that would be a whole lot of fun to do for everybody, doing live streams as we're actually out riding the motorcycle. Which one? The silver one? Yeah, it might have been the away jersey, but there was one that was kind of just white with the Seahawks logos on it, but there was another one around, I think it was the year they won the Super Bowl, might have even been the Super Bowl one, and instead of just white, it was more of a silvery white. Thanks, Raja. Appreciate the like. I'm already subscribed to you. I will give you moderator since I'm connected to your channel. You have a mixed room here. Call it the Michigan room. Half is MSU, the other half is U of M. My daughter's a student at MSU and you're U of M. Got it. Got to get one of those 360 cameras so we can all see the full perspective. Yeah, I may have to check into doing that. That'd be interesting. Not all cameras can go live though, so it would have to be a camera that doesn't get hot super fast like the GoPro and doesn't have a huge power draw or has good batteries that I can replace quickly. So if the battery runs out, I can quickly replace it and go back live. But yeah, 360 would be great. The GoPro camera gets hot, and that's without using the Wi-Fi on it to try and go live. So Right now with what we have, it would be live on the phone, so it would be basically hitting the button to either show this view or flip it forward to look in front of the motorcycle. But again, that kind of stuff is an extra cost, and I have a limited budget, so there's only so much I can do that is an extra expense unless it's helping being covered by our subscribers and members on YouTube. So moving help with the cooling somewhat, but then you also have the Philippines is hot and the sun shining on it. Just running the GoPro makes it run hot, and then if you're running the Wi-Fi radio, that's going to make it run hotter. So hopefully there's some kind of 360-degree camera that doesn't get super hot like a GoPro tends to. So I'll have to look into doing that, but I'm not begging for money. I'm just saying if there's things like that that people want to have us do and see, then that will take some additional support from the members and subscribers on the channel. I can't just throw a lot of extra money into additional expenses if it isn't being covered. Return on investment, as they say. Anybody else have any comments, questions, topics, things they want to go over? If not, I'll probably wrap this up pretty soon. I'm doing pretty good with my cough today, but it does take energy to do these live streams. If you guys haven't connected to Chi the Filipina, that's my girlfriend. You can click through if you have moderator, or just search Chi the Filipina on YouTube and subscribe to her channel. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it. We are feeling better. Just getting over the congestion and the cough. Energy levels are coming back up, but I don't want to overdo it. I don't need to have a relapse or something that would push me into having to actually go to the hospital. But doing much better now. So just a few more days and we should be back up to at least 90%. Probably about 75% right now. All right. You don't sub to ladies typically. Yes, but you can subscribe so that if you want to see videos of her and I out together doing stuff, we're both usually in the videos. So if you like my content, it's really our content, whether it's on my channel or her channel. RJ, just shoot me a message if you hadn't on Google Chat. I feel like you had, so I'm pretty sure I'm the one that gave you Warren's information. Everybody take it easy. Have a great day, evening, whatever it is, wherever you're at, morning, Australia. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Jasper, give it to you. All right, well, go to my channel description. My Gmail is there. Download Google Chat. Put the Gmail in Google Chat and you can message me. Everybody have a great day, great night, great morning wherever you're at. Talk to you next time, or Jasper's or Cheese. See you later. Tagay na.